What's up, team? Brandon here with Live Big Eat Big, driving home, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about what I consider to be the ultimate strength goal for women, just based on work with my clients over the years and goals I hear from strangers in the gym, and that would, of course, be the strict pull-up. There's just something about being able to move your own body through that plane of motion that even if a woman's deadlifting 315 or 350 pounds or squatting 300, benching 200, whatever, there's still some of them that can't do a strict pull-up. And I feel like even if you can do all of those lifts, at least with my own clients, there's still this feeling of inadequacy because you can't pull yourself up over a bar. And I know a lot of CrossFitters train the kipping pull-up and the banded pull-up, and they train the pull-up negative, where they just jump up and then slowly lower themselves down. And those are fine for what they are, but I really don't think they have a ton of applicability in terms of doing a strict pull-up. So probably the one that would be most helpful is the banded pull-up. Even a lat pull-down is going to be helpful to an extent, but the form of it doesn't always replicate what a pull-up is like. And I'm going to show you in a video later this week, when people do the assisted pull-up machine or the lat pull-down to prepare them for a pull-up, it just doesn't look like the same movement. Their head is way behind the bar, and they're never going to get their head up over the pull-up bar when they're so far in the rear of it. So that's for another time. But I do think strict pull-up, strict chin-up even is a great strength goal for women, because there's confidence that comes with it, and it just looks badass, honestly. I mean, deadlifting and squatting, all that's badass, but just the raw strength of pulling yourself up, getting your chin over the bar, that's not something you can fake unless you're doing it in a kip style or something. And then I don't even really consider that a pull-up. I would consider that something more like, something called chin over bar. Yes, the chin is going over the bar, but you're not really pulling yourself up. You're using your entire body. So there's a few ways that you can train to get better at the strict pull-up. There's a few methods. One of them, pretty famous, is greasing the groove, where instead of doing pull-ups to failure or assisted pull-ups to failure, you're doing 20 sets of 1 or 2 reps throughout the day, always ending on a good rep, never going to failure, never getting that fatigue and sloppiness built in. And what I think is most important is not failing in order to avoid the effect of failing on your mind. So that's one way to do it. Not every gym has the assisted pull-up machine, but I think that's a great tool, starting with maybe 30 or 40% of your body weight taken off, and dropping that by 5 or 10 pounds a week. But you're never going to get better at it if you avoid it. And there's really not too many other lifts that I think are going to help with the strict pull-up. Deadlifting, it's just not the same thing. That's why you can see women just tear a bunch of weight off the ground, but if they never train the pull-up, they're not going to get better at it. So a chin-up tends to be an easier variation for women because you get more of your arm strength involved, and generally when your hands are spread in a wider pull-up position, it's just a bigger strain on the lats, and if you don't have the lats to do it, it's not going to happen. So what I would suggest is, if you have to, use a resistance band and try the grease the groove method. Maybe start with 20 sets of 1 or 2, spread, if not throughout your workout, then throughout the whole day. If you work in a gym, it's going to be easiest for you. But I've had clients do it on trees before in their yard, or on the hangover, whatever that's called, the roof hangover edge of their house. Anything where you can get a good grip and not hit your head is going to be efficient. If you are doing the assisted pull-up machine, make sure you're training your head to go between your hands instead of being way behind it, because that's never going to have the carryover you need to do a strict pull-up. And you're just training a bad habit that's not really going to benefit you in the long run. Something that will help with the lat strength is going to be lat pull downs, not the kind where you're leaning back and it's almost like an inverted row, but arching your back up, and it should almost feel like you're doing an arch on your bench. So I like to arch my back, push my chest up while keeping my torso upright and looking up at the ceiling so the bar can go straight down instead of way down on your chest, because that's not going to be what a pull-up feels like down the road. And just hammering lat strength is going to be a big benefit there. Negatives, I don't really see a whole lot of benefit. There's no pulling involved, and I'm sure people will say that it helped me, it helped me at least. Well, you probably did other things mixed into that, so you can't really say that's the thing that did it. It would be like trying to get better at deadlifting by doing a really slow negative on the deadlift. You're skipping the hard part. So I wouldn't really worry about that one. I would train lat pull down with a chin up grip or a supinated grip, if you will. The assisted pull-up machine, dropping 5 to 10 pounds every week, and really focusing on when you lower yourself, to lower yourself with some control. Because if you're plummeting down, you lose all your tension and your shoulder is coming out of engagement. So suck the shoulder down. Think about flaring your lats as you come down, getting down to an extent. I can't do it in the car, but making sure your arm is locked out at the bottom, not doing this half pull-up again, which won't help you when you go for a strict one. And then always ending on a good rep. Because going to failure, you're going to start getting really ugly and your head is going to go far back behind the bar, and you're going to sit there for 3 or 4 seconds and go, I was so close I couldn't get it. Well, you weren't that close. You should probably end with 1 rep in the tank and then maybe rest for a minute or 2 and do some more, and just repeat that until you get your first one. Obviously, if you're carrying a lot of body fat, losing some of that is going to be a huge benefit, because it's not really doing anything for you in terms of pull-up strength, but you can still have plenty of body fat and do a pull-up. So get out there, practice those pull-ups. If you avoid it, you're not going to get better at it, so just suck it up for a while and realize you're gonna suck at it until you do it more and you improve. If you got any questions about it, hit me up in the comments, or maybe you can tell me a way that I haven't mentioned that worked for you. Catch you later.